Hey everyone, it's your old mate Shano here. Thanks for stopping by to check out the video. It's been a while since I've done a full-length vlog, but here we are once again in the spare room. Checking in today because of a little project that I did yesterday. If by chance you saw my Instagram over the Christmas and New Year period, you will have seen that I did a number of projects around the house, and one of the ones that I didn't get to was fixing the corner of our deck. As you can see here in the video, the edge pieces are separating from the main deck, and there's quite a bit of movement in the main deck area in that corner. So the only way to see exactly what the problem was to pull it all apart and see exactly what sort of damage there was underneath. So that is exactly what I did. I fired up the old drill and got to work. Some of these screws were deeply embedded into the wood, and the weather over the few years that the deck's been in place made them quite tight to pull out. But as you can see in this clip here, as I pull off the edging plank here, as I lift up this end, you can see just how much movement there is in that deck. Now, with that much movement, you can imagine what it was like when we had 5 or 6 people on there for lunch. So to expose the beams underneath, you can see I had to take off the second row of slats, and you can really see there just how much movement was going on. But yes, to expose everything underneath there, I took off the edge slat and the second slat as well, so we could see what was going on there. And you can see as it came off exactly what the problem was. You can see this edge piece had become completely detached from 4 of the cross beams. There's 5 there, 4 of them were completely detached. So when I said it felt like it was floating in the breeze, that's because it absolutely was floating in the breeze. So to fix it, I've just put in some screws and some nails through the cross beam and into the edge piece. Also put a couple of bricks in place. You can see here a very technical building technique to get that into the right spot. That was just to help prevent a bit of future movement as well. So with that done, it was time for everything to go back together. Now what I'm doing here is not actually screwing the slat itself, but I'm putting a screw in between just so it can act as a spacer so that the slats are all evenly spread out. And with that in place, I can then screw everything back together. And the last piece of the puzzle was to put the long edge back into place, and that screwed in quite nicely. And just like that, we are all done. I'm pretty happy with the way it's turned out. As you can see here, it is looking a lot better than it did before, and it is most certainly a lot more solid, which is perfect. Now, what we're going to do one day when we get here is we're going to remove this deck. So we're going to go across there, and all this bit that's down here, we're going to get rid of that, and this whole area is going to be grass. And then the wood that is on here, we're going to transfer that onto the concrete here. So we're going to have like a nice wooden little patch here where we've got the barbecue, and then between this patch of wood we're going to have a big patch of grass, and then we're going to have the rest of our deck over there. But that is all for now, so I think it's time to get a beer.